Welcome back to Great Day St. Louis. Communication is at the heart of everything we do each day, whether we're at home, we're working, or we're having a good time. It involves talking and active listening. Unfortunately, studies suggest many of us are spending less and less time really listening to one another. Nancy Schnoebelen Imbs of Polished is here with us this morning to share how we can become better listeners. Nancy, thank you for joining us, and it's good to see you again.
It's great to be with you, Laura. Thank you.
So to start this conversation, you say that we need to make a decision to listen to those we're speaking with.
Absolutely. When we make a decision to listen, that means just locking out everything else. You put your phone away, clear your mind from clutter, whatever it is, and just make it intentional. Be there for that person. And just be prepared to listen and hear not only the message, the content that she or he is expressing, but the attitude behind it. That's really what active listening is about, is being mindful of the message and the attitude in which it's being expressed.
And then we also need to be aware of if we're interrupting that person.
Gosh, that's just human nature. We get so excited and we want to just share our comments, but really we should let that person finish processing their thoughts, communicating their message, let them finish it entirely. And then we can add that it's just being mindful of waiting until they finish.
And listening and speaking isn't just about what's going on up here in our head. We also should be using positive body language too.
Absolutely, Laura. And that's essential, really. That's really the key, the counterpart of active listening, that occasional nod. Eye contact. You don't want your eyes to stray away. Look at them while you're speaking, nodding your head, smiling. And if they're expressing happiness or frustration or anger, that gives you a clue of how you should approach the conversation. Somebody is angry, you're not going to want to be happy. You want to express that concern with them as well.
And with those emotions, you also suggest putting yourself in the other person's shoes.
Empathy. It's all about empathy. That's the heart and soul of the listener. You don't necessarily have to agree with what they're saying, but understanding things from their point of view will help get that message relayed appropriately.
And then finally, instead of going back and forth with your own stories, you encourage people to ask questions with the people that you're speaking with.
You know what? That builds rapport. That builds a connection. And just having that, those open-ended questions that allow you to glean or understand better that what the message is being, what she or he is saying, how they're conveying the message. So, for example, if somebody says, "Where would you like to go to lunch today?" and that person says, "Oh, I don't know. I don't really care." And you pick the place.
Mm-hmm.
Really don't want burgers. So then that person can say, "Well, what I hear you saying is that you're open to anything but burgers." And so that helps you, get that message loud and clear. And then you can then take her or him to a restaurant that doesn't serve burgers.
Mm-hmm. And Nancy, you are one of those people where every time I have a conversation with you, I learn something and I feel like I'm becoming a better version of myself. So thank you for joining us with those tips today.
Well, thank you, Laura. It's always a pleasure.